As a certified paranormal investigator with a huge friggin' D in ghosts or whatever, I made the terrible decision to watch Shane Dawson's ghost hunting documentary. And guess what? Shane Dawson should be put in prison. The amount of intentional plagiarism and theft is so brazen, yet somehow this prevert convinced millions of people he was a documentarian, despite just being a clammy little bisexual who stole a dozen people's videos to pad his own, and then cashed in on the millions of views of other people's work. You will be legitimately shocked to see how much of his 75-minute documentary is literally just other people's YouTube videos. For those not cursed with the knowledge of the Shane Lee Ya is a millennial YouTuber who's been creating slop for decades.
I asked you guys to show me your best rape face. It's cool to see an underage guy wearing my shirt. I'd rather see the shirt on my bedroom floor. I'm just kidding. I'd rather see the underwear on the floor.
It all started when he was just a pale theater kid with no talent and even less charisma, who managed to achieve fame on YouTube by doing the most offensive comedy sketches he could conceive of.
Oh, whip your hair back and forth. Oh!
Oh, nigga, bitch, monkey woman.
It is me, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
This man does not possess the shame gene. Shame Dawson. To quote Shame himself, blackface was something I did a lot, because apparently Dawson's creep looked at the entire history of American entertainment, saw that blackface was universally condemned as horrifically racist, except by horrific racists themselves, and thought, blackface? That's hilarious. I should do that. Years later, in his eventual ukulele apology video, he had this to say: I did not fuck my cat. I did not come on my cat. Ask yourself, could a racist say they didn't fuck their cat? Yup. When the woke left took over America in 2020 or whatever, and Josephine Burden took to office, Shane decided it just wasn't as profitable to do minstrel shows anymore and made a pivot to his current era: investigative journalism documentaries for people who hate investigations and journalism and documentaries. Suddenly, this man who couldn't properly research whether blackface was noxious was positioning himself as YouTube's premier investigative documentary filmmaker, and viewers were feeding on it like beetles gorging on dung. His string of conspiracy theory videos were especially shitty.
Naked juice? Which is the exact same thing.
Just hours of ominous music, dramatic sound effects, and Shane wandering around, walking into walls, investigating shit like whether Chuck E. Cheese reuses pizza or whatever. But it's not his conspiracy videos I want to talk about today. Actually, I don't want to talk about any of this, but it's my job as a doctor of parapsychology to call out offensive ghost hunting videos for ad revenue to pay off my ghost student loans. So where do I even start? How should I even start? Should I even start? These are all questions, and whether they're valid or not is yet another question, which I won't answer until my lawyer is present. We'll get to Shane's offensively lazy video and its rampant plagiarism soon. I mean, graphs and charts. Shane starts off the video by telling us to be careful what we wish for, which I think it's too late for that because I'm fairly certain Shane Dawson is not what anybody wished for. But here we are. We go right into a "this is what's coming up" teaser for the video. All the exciting bits to tantalize you, except most of those bits are not clips created by Shane.
My mother's gonna be mad at me. Is her mother gonna be okay if she's late?
The way the clips are included seems intentionally edited to appear as though they're from Shane's own investigation, but they aren't because there was never any actual investigation going on here. We've just hit play and have already hit the first example of blatantly intentional copyright abuse of a smaller creator. Look at this title card. What is it saying? What's Team Code 3 Paranormal? What is this supposed to be conveying? I'm glad you asked. Did I look it up? Yup. Team Code 3 Paranormal is a different YouTube channel with 197 subscribers. Less, I'm assuming, years ago when Shane was stealing their work. And not just by downloading the video and dropping it into his own, but by altering it to remove any reference to the members of Team Code 3 Paranormal. I watched their actual video, and this is not their title card. This is. I'm assuming that Shane knew that if he had left this in, people would say, "Who are Aaron and Kelly?" To which he'd have to reply, "The people I robbed." It very much makes it seem like during his ghost hunt, Shane and his team ran into a bunch of kids using a Ouija board, which isn't even interesting or scary, but they stole it anyway. Shane then changes the next title card as well, but removes the part about the electronics, which is smart. People will be asking questions, as it doesn't line up with what we're seeing in Shane's video. No electronics, but they were all carrying cell phones, they all had cameras, and as usual on his walks, Ryland was wearing a high-tech remote-activated kill collar in case he tried to use the cover of darkness to escape from Shane. Shane uses a full 85 seconds of their video uninterrupted, except when redacting them out of their own title cards. And he does it with no citation or credit on screen, in an attempt to add drama and suspense to his monetized video and keep people watching. This is the most ghost hunting you're going to see, by the way. And I'm sorry to say that if you were expecting any real ghost hunting in this video, you're going to be more disappointed than Shane's parents. For a video called Ghost Hunting in a Haunted City by Shane Dawson, there's very little ghost hunting, absolutely no city because the haunted place is underneath a rural bridge on a dirt road, and a whole lot of footage is not by Shane Dawson at all. But I guess racist cat fucker wanders under a bridge doesn't have the same allure as a video about a haunted city. Apparently, based on what I gleaned from clips included from other creators, Shane and his phlegmy co-stars are going to a place called the Third Bridge in Colorado, which is supposedly haunted. So after we treat ourselves to a healthy helping of intellectual theft, Shane finally tells us, in his own words, a little bit about what happened the night he and his boyfriend went to the bridge. Last night, I went to Third Bridge with my... Oh wait. Never mind, I'm mistaken. I'm so sorry. This is actually almost a minute of quotes by random people who only have first names with no indication of where these quotes might be from. So, I'll admit it, I spent hours looking for these quotes. Though, searching for them verbatim led me to nothing, which is very weird, because where did he get it? But then I realized, why not check the same place Shane stole everything else from? YouTube.com. And I found them. These are stolen from the comment section of a YouTube video that a later clip in this video is also stolen from. And they also altered the comments and made up names for some of them and just decided they were all from Colorado because they'd been there once. This is slop. This is slop unfit for a pig. We then get the longest segment of this entire video where Shane doesn't steal any footage, a whopping 6 minutes and 49 seconds. But it's just a bunch of white people saying goodbye to some older white woman who seems to be named Grandma, and at no point has Shane or his family really explained what the fuck they're doing or where they're going, or what this video is about. And if it hadn't been for some video clips by other creators that were spliced in, I wouldn't even know what was happening right now. It's like they realized this came off like it was just a mixed sexuality family on their way to Costco, and instead of filming an intro, realized it was easier to just steal one. I mean, it's going back on YouTube anyway. Might as well use the clips, right? That's where they're from. It feels like years before they actually leave the house and pile into their car like the insane clown posse that they are. But now that we're on the road, we can get to the meat of the video. And by meat, I mean Chick-fil-A.
And then we have to go to Chick-fil-A because I'm hungry. Oh, wait.
Wait, you can't go to Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, you're not allowed to say that.
Cancel.
They discussed Chick-fil-A enough in the car and then randomly throughout the video that I'm honestly surprised it wasn't a sponsor, which is probably just because the chicken executive officer is homophobic. But just because we're in the car, don't get too excited about getting to this haunted bridge because we're not going there. First, we need to make a pit stop at Morgan's house to pick up some headlamps that she couldn't have just brought with her in the first place.
Morgan's house is...
I'm going this way.
I mean, it's gonna be amazing. It's a little scary right now. Well, you'll see.
But don't worry, now she gets to show us her cult stick.
It's a cold stick.
Wait, what is this?
I don't know, I found it in the trees.
If you don't know what that is, it's probably because it's not a thing. And it turns out to just be some piece of crap, which is something she should probably be well acquainted with, given her familial associations.
It's working.
Oh, I see.
Whoa. That was right.
I know, 14 all three. Oh, I almost fly.
Wait, come follow me in the dark. Okay.
No, I will not be following you into the dark or otherwise. Shane truly thinks shining a light into the camera is peak horror, and I'm beginning to think he's never actually watched anything he didn't make himself, unless he was stealing it.
Whoa, look how it lights up the outside. Look. Ready? Boom.
Oh, whoa. Whoa.
Oh, we're gonna see some fucking ghosts.
That makes perfect sense. I've always said that the reason people don't see ghosts is because they only come out at night and no one ever has a light to shine on them. For some reason, which is ad revenue, they show us their entire car ride to get to this bridge. I don't even want to get to this stupid bridge anymore. They're trying to be ominous and foreboding, but all they really say is it's dark out.
It's so dark that I only see directly.
Yeah, babe. It's nighttime. That means God has turned his headlamp towards Australia. They also talk ad nauseum about it being like the start of a horror movie, and by ad nauseum, I mean I am car sick from how long this trip is taking. We then get treated to another minute and 15 seconds of uninterrupted stolen footage from YouTuber Hot87 Mama, 5 subscribers. He also changes her title card for some reason. The reason, I looked it up, being that these EVPs are not even from fucking Third Bridge. They're from a different bridge. If you're gonna go around stealing something as stupid as an EVP, you could at least steal them from the place you're gonna claim they're from. If you wanna know what an EVP is, you can watch this video. I went to ghost school. We then get them driving some more, getting lost, while not being able to go 2 minutes without splicing in some video from some other creator, and Shane clearly not understanding that not all bridges go over water.
I don't understand what the bridge is for. Like, aren't we on flat land? I don't know. Right? Am I stupid?
Yup. We drive some more, and Shane gets a tummy ache, probably because he exclusively eats candy and gas station dried meat.
Wait, my stomach just got really, sick.
So they splice in clips from creator Diana Palm from her video Supernatural Sickness to explain his gut rot in a spooky way.
Can a ghost make you sick? Yes, they can.
Can a ghost make you sick? I don't know. Do you have a throat for their little fingies?
I feel sick, like my stomach hurts.
It can also make you get an upset stomach. Headaches are really common.
Headaches are really common. Of course, that has nothing to do with ghosts. Just shut up, take a Tylenol, and enjoy your newfound special interests. After another montage where they put 6 clips from different creators back to back, and 27 minutes into them trying to find this stupid bridge, mistaking both the first and the second bridge for the third bridge because they cannot count. We finally get to the third bridge. And I don't even mean under the bridge, which is where we're going. We're just parked on it while we discuss another group of people also parked on the bridge.
They probably think we're the cops.
Why would they think you're cops? Is it because you're bastards?
Ouija board?
That is like too much for me. If I see them get possessed, I'm gonna cry.
We then cut back to more of that Team Code 3 paranormal clip as if it's from the people who brought the Ouija board on this night, but it's not. You are being lied to by a bottom on top of a bridge.
Are they gonna go under the bridge and play with a Ouija board? That is next level.
Yeah, that is next level, and I wish it's what you would have done with this video. And you know what? I actually wish I was with that other group of people because they seem way more interesting. Imagine being these people though. You're playing your little Ouija games under a supposedly haunted bridge, and then Shame Dawson lurches out from the shadows. It's probably the scariest thing that's ever actually happened under this bridge. Luckily for them, Shame doesn't stay too long and goes back to the car to sulk about how unfair it is that someone else is doing exactly what he was going to do, but in a more exciting way.
I don't know what to do. I don't want to join a group of strangers.
You've had like 50 million people see you troll around in blackface, but you're embarrassed to be seen by some people by a bridge. If I saw you, I'd assume you were intimately familiar with bridges, particularly the undersides, usually waiting for a delicious goat and his sexy older brothers to clop down it. They wander around on top of the bridge for a bit, pointing out random things they see, like they're playing I Spy wrong. I spy with my little eye toilet paper. Or maybe it's a phone.
Wait, what is that?
Is it a phone? No, it's toilet paper.
Look what I...
Is that toilet paper or a phone? There's no way to know, but I'm using it.
Get a load of that.
I wrote that. That's for Shame.
I feel like everything's been going so good, and then this is a bust.
Has it been going well though? You've literally only driven here and then briefly got out of the car and immediately turned it back because you saw a person who wasn't on your payroll. You haven't done anything but wiped your ass with a lost Samsung.
I don't know what to do.
This old lady they hang out with named Mom is truly the breakout star of this video. She suggests something none of the others have considered. What if we wait until the other group leaves? And then they won't be there.
I wonder if they'd leave if we give them time.
Genius. So to bide some time, they have a look at his Polaroids that they just snapped and marvel over the appearance of some orbs. Mama is confused why there should be 2 floating orbs near her. It seems the ghosts have figured out how to get past her foolproof defenses against them.
If you believe, you may let them come to you. So I don't believe. Because then you're inviting them into your space. I don't invite them into my space because I don't believe. Does that make sense?
Nope. Oh, no, I don't believe in ghosts because they're very much real and can possess you if you believe in them. And since I don't want that to happen, I simply don't believe in them. So they don't know, I simply believe in them. You understand, I'm sure. We get another clip from the star of Teen Wolf, who I think is Paul of Attraction, but the channel is dead, so I can't be sure.
Fear is literally what feeds into these spirits.
He's explaining how spirits feed on fear, and then we're told that the other group of people ran out screaming, going back to their car.
They ran to their car and said, I don't want to be the last one out here to die.
But they were sprinting to the car.
Of course, literally none of this alleged screaming was caught on camera, or even a single audio clip. Not even them getting to the car. Thank God you filmed most of the car ride here, though. We wouldn't want any of that footage wasted by some people screaming bloody murder because of something that happened under the bridge you're claiming is haunted and you're trying to investigate. Then, one of them farts.
Your car really does smell like a fart.
I know.
And through the magic of editing, it gets blamed on a ghost.
Another sign is smells. It starts to smell like rotten eggs, also known as sulfur. That could be a sign that you have a really bad spirit.
They finally begin their 6-foot climb down the hill, down to the underside of the bridge, and Shame finally says something I agree with.
Should have just stayed off YouTube. This is so stupid.
Exactly. I've been saying.
This is so stupid.
Yup.
I'm too old for this shit.
Yup. Finally, after 38 agonizing minutes, we are under the bridge. That's quite literally halfway through the entire video. That should have started right here. And after all of the driving and waiting for everyone to leave, Shane starts whining, maybe we shouldn't do this, and maybe this is a bad idea. Why are you even here? Why are you doing this when you clearly would rather just be doing minstrel shows from the safety of your fucking mansion? But now that we're finally under the bridge, you might be tempted to think that some ghost hunting might take place in this ghost hunting video under the bridge. But the extent of ghost hunting is pretty much limited to walking around, taking some photos of random things, and half-heartedly asking if there's a presence with them.
If anyone's here, make your presence known.
If anyone's here, make yourself known.
I'm here.
No, but I love Vicky. Vicky can stay. Vicky is Mom's nickname. Over the next 10 minutes, the only thing of note that happens are the 10 stolen clips inserted without credit. I'm gonna be so fucking real with you, baby. The scariest thing that happens in this entire video is probably when Ryland is climbing around on the bridge like an aged out twink spider monkey looking like a Slenderman. And then nothing really happens in the rest of the video. But I'll give you a few of the uneventful events. Probably my favorite part of the video. Shane falls down.
Oh God! Ow! Shit. Ow.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Is my elbow fine?
No. Oh no, it's horrible. Oh, no, you're not injured. No, you're fine. Then Shane sees what looks like the word sham or shame and assumes it's his name.
Is that my name? Sorry.
Which it might as well be. But even if it were his name, how is that weird? Probably every single employee at the closest gas station to this bridge is named Shane. Everyone's named Shane. Every person I've ever met is named Shane. Even Shane from Stardew Valley is named Shane.
Okay, I got shivers.
Then they get freaked out by a car honking, which most likely happened because they're parked in the middle of a bridge on a dark night in an area with no lighting. Then Shane asks for a sign and is answered by the spirit of a bucket of feeder crickets.
That's my stomach. Oh, my water I drank.
Oh my God, I love her so much. She's like, that was my stomach. All the water I drink. Did you know I'm actually a waterbed by law? Any sack of a certain milliliter is one.
I'm ready for bed.
Yeah, I'd be tired too if I'd been carrying Shane's career all night. The camera doesn't pick up the audio of the man Shane swears he hears crying and the horse he says he hears galloping, but he says it happens, and that's probably the most exciting thing that happens. Oh no, until the moment we've all never been waiting for.
You heard that, right? Oh my god. Oh, sorry.
Okay, that's actually a terrifying sound to hear out in the dark woods. I will give them that. But it's also not going to hurt you because it's just a red fox, which aren't spirits, but are pretty common in Colorado. But as we know from that annoying ass song about it, what does the fox say? Most people have never heard a fox before. And I guess that city folk have never even been around the woods late at night and probably don't even know that the forest is full of blood-curdling, unearthly, almost human wailings of many animals such as owls or coyotes or gays raw dogging. So this scream scares the bejesus out of them and they run back to their little car. Okay, so they don't actually run or go right back to their car. They leisurely walk back to the car while passing through a bunch of other YouTube videos like it's a Marvel multiverse scene.
Like little girl screaming.
It's reported that she haunts the bridge. Sometimes you'll see her standing there on the bridge in the middle of the night.
2 girls that died, so supposedly they leave handprints on your windshield and windows.
All while discussing how scary it would be to find a little girl's handprints on their car when they get to it, which they, of course, don't.
If there's handprints, Shane, I don't.
But wouldn't it be scary if we did? Nope. We have no reason to believe that those wouldn't be Shane's ladylike little rat paws. So no handprints, but they did find something else that is pretty creepy.
Oh my god. What? Oh.
A John Wayne Gacy original.
I would have noticed that
100%.
Wait, I don't like this. This isn't funny. I kind of like it.
Which is it, Shane? Do you like it or not?
That was
Okay, let's get in the car.
That was not fair.
Everyone in this group is disturbed. But unrelated, they're also pretty creeped out by this portrait of a jaundiced clown. Not because they actually find it abhorrent to look at, they don't, because they have terrible taste, but because they can't figure out how it could have gotten there when it wasn't there before, which it probably was. And that's when, for no reason, they book it to the car like ants running from under a magnifying glass. Well, everyone except the true star of this video, the only one willing to get her hands dirty, the only one who came prepared, armed with her secret weapon, her lack of belief in something she clearly believes in, ghosts. It's Little Miss Vicky, Little Miss Sea Salt and Malt Vinegar herself, and she's bringing a souvenir homo.
Shane wants him.
I think that might be a bad idea.
Don't bring that with you. That's the dumbest thing you could do.
Oh, there are much more stupid things you could all be doing, and don't worry, you're already doing them.
I just feel like a negative demon is attached to that.
Oh, it's not a positive demon? If only they had a name for that.
That's not one of your angels.
We have angels looking over us.
I'm sorry. You need to get tested. I have angels.
I feel like the thing about that picture is it's so tempting, and it's like if you fall into the temptation, the course of your life honestly changes. Like, I feel like that has a demon.
How?
Okay, in what sense of the word is that painting tempting? It is a clown that has been chain smoking in a poorly ventilated room for the last 50 years. It got that AI piss filter look.
Well, you had something scary happen to you. What did I tell you?
Well,
Shane, what's wrong with you?
Would you like me to give you a list of things wrong with him? Because I can. Racist, possible catcomer honor, joking that child sexual abuse material turned him on, racist again because it bears repeating, and also, worst of all, he's a YouTuber. So on the car ride home, which is mercifully shorter, and also once they get home, they just talk in circles about this scream they heard and watch the footage over and over. They never introduce any new points of view or alternative explanations. Essentially, they just reiterate, we heard the scream, but there was no car other than ours. Therefore, it couldn't have been a person that we heard scream. And I agree with you, it probably wasn't a person. But you do have the internet right now, and you could go to Google and type in animals in Colorado that sound like a woman screaming. Mama Miss Vicky tries to convince herself out loud that she almost felt like she thought she saw something terrifying.
I almost felt like I saw a small something, and I thought, I know it moved. And then I thought, no, it's got to be just weeds. It had to be the weeds. But now you guys are making me think I did see something. I even scared myself. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a dog or it's a wolf or something. But I looked down and there wasn't anything there.
I thought I saw some clover or wolf or something, maybe a chihuahua. I don't know, I'm lying. We then get an extremely long 4-minute montage consisting of footage we've already seen, footage from other videos by Shane, lots of footage from videos made by other people, literally 25 fucking clips, some we've seen, some new faces too. One of them is Melinda the Mystic Witch, uncredited on screen, telling Shane about how there's some earthbound spirit attached to him.
This is an earthbound spirit. He is full black.
Unlike Shane, who is only black on his face sometimes. At the end of these 75 minutes, Shane finally alludes to using footage from 2 other creators, not the 25 he actually stole from. And I asked the full black man to get out of my house. And that's basically where this ends, an hour after it actually should have ended, because this video probably could have been 15 minutes, which is like them under the bridge and then them talking about it after. Let's look at some stats. I'm a Virgo. In total, Shane stole nearly 15% of the footage used in this video. There are 54 minutes of irrelevant or stolen footage in this 75-minute video, and viewers must watch 3.5 minutes of irrelevant or stolen content for every 1 minute of promised content. And the promised content is just Shane Dawson slithering around on his belly under a bridge, so that's not great either. When you actually watch it, the stolen clips are so frequent that it really feels like a lot more of the runtime is stolen. But that's just because those clips are the only interesting things that happen, so that's the only thing that's memorable. Roughly 45 times throughout this 75-minute video, Shane stops his video to play stolen and/or unattributed clips, often in montages, leading to around 75 clips from other creators. That's 1 clip per fucking minute. At some point in time, I don't know when, these creators were, well, some of them, were listed in the video description. But it never tells you who is who, or which part of Shane's video are his, or which parts are these creators. If you wanted to watch one of the videos from one of these creators based on a clip you saw, you'd have to click through 25 different links and scrub through each video to see if it was the right one. While everyone is busy, rightfully, clutching their very justified pearls about Shane's problematic past and present, this absolute fucking walnut was quietly pioneering a form of content so lazy, so disrespectful, and so mind-numbingly stupid that it makes AI-generated slop look like the fucking Cis Queen Chapel. He somehow convinced millions of people that he's a legitimate documentary filmmaker, despite having the research skills of an anti-vaxxer. But since he needed lots of content to pay off the mansion in Calabasas, and his audience was getting antsy waiting for the next deep dive into whether Target mannequins or tulpas or whatever the fuck, he needed something big and fast. So what did he do? Did he research, interview experts, visit archives, talk to historians? Of course not. He did what any self-respecting content parasite would do, steal other people's work and slap his wet little face on it. The James Somerton route. It isn't just the theft that pisses me off, although that's bad enough on its own. This is about a creator with 18 million subscribers systematically exploiting smaller creators, some of which only have hundreds of subscribers, or less, looking at you, Hot 87 Mama or whatever the fuck. I wonder if they would have more subs right now if he had simply credited them on screen. These weren't big channels. These were paranormal investigators, local historians, urban explorers, people who were passionate about their work but didn't have Shane's massive platform or his army of teenage fans ready to defend him at all costs. Shane would watch their videos, take the good bits, and present them as his own investigation to his millions of subs, and then profit off of them. YouTube ad revenue, sponsorship deals, merch. Little Miss Missing Link was turning other creators' passion projects into his personal ATM, and his fan base just didn't seem to care. Meanwhile, the original creators were making maybe $5 off a video that took them 10 times as long to research and produce, and Shane's regurgitating their content and pulling in tens of thousands of dollars. He perfected the art of slop before AI cornered the market on garbage made by itself. And Shane's ghost hunting videos were the blueprint. This man was basically running a content mill. Upload schedule, consistent. Production costs, minimal. Research time, What's research? Ethical considerations?
I've never heard of that before.
He took the authenticity and passion of smaller creators, people who genuinely care about paranormal investigation, despite that being stupid, and ran it through the engagement optimization machine until all that was left was a vapid little series in which literally nothing of note happens. At all. The complete and utter disrespect for his own audience is astounding. Shane Dawson didn't just steal content, he stole their labor, he stole their creativity. He took what they made and he worsened it, which is really difficult to do with ghost hunting videos. But unlike that other notorious plagiarist, James Somerton, who respectfully posted whole, faked a suicide attempt, and disappeared, Shane has the audacity to keep posting through it. And that's why I'm calling him Shame. Ironically, because he has none. Everyone in the comments, please thank my co-writer Brona, especially for going through and writing down all the stolen bits time codes for me, because I could not handle doing it myself. I'm currently working on 2 actual investigations, unlike Shane, similar to when I got my PhD in paranormal studies at a psychic ghost university for aliens. So if you want to follow along with those, you can sign up for a membership on Patreon or YouTube and see them happening live on my members' Discord. Please do. I'm still paying off my ghost psychic alien student loans. Sharing the video even to your own email tells stupid little YouTube that this video is worth watching. So after liking and subscribing, do make you a huge favor and do that. Check out my podcast, Respect the Dead, where we talk shit about dead people who sucked, like Mother Teresa, Jeffrey Epstein, and Trump's dead racist little daddy. It's like ghost hunting, but we're actually hunting them. I also have merch. It's cute as hell, and the spirits tell me you look so good in it. Thanks again to Fume for sponsoring this video. Try Fume Zero today at tryfume.com/products/fume-0. Thanks. Love you. Bye.